And we are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 91, where we get our weekly dose of hot takes, discuss recent K-pop news and events, and give you the state of the nation. Boom. So hot takes with Hubert. So Hubert's going to come on and give the hot take. So do it, Hubert.
Being distinct in K-pop is more important than raw skill. Shout out to Yokab and Zenyath in the Discord for giving us this suggestion. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. It's been a while since we see you. It's as if you forgot your hat somewhere, Warren.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hubert.
Hubert.
Yeah, who are you talking to? I'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Yeah. So. Warren's back.
Hey guys.
Where'd you go, Warren?
Are we recording already? I thought we were taking a bit of a break. I went to the restroom.
Hubert came.
So the weekly hot take, if you didn't hear it, was being distinct in K-pop is more important than raw skill. And then we did shout out Yokob and Zenith, I believe, or Zenith, however you want to pronounce it. I don't know.
Disagreeing.
They kind of inspired this take, but they said like being vocally distinct. But I wanted to tie in everything, right?
Right.
This is not super specific, right? You could take this in many directions.
Yeah.
I think the way I'll put it is, I agree with this take to some extent. Particularly once you're trying to build popularity, I think being distinct is very important. As we've seen with boy groups in the past 2 years, the dark concept. If you're like a group that's on the come up and you do a dark concept, like everyone else and their bros have done that, right? So you could be like the most skilled people ever. But if everyone's doing the dark concept, like, how are you going to stand out? And I think that all of the top groups, I know that obviously they're benefiting from being from big companies. But if you think about all the top groups, they generally have like a distinct sound that you tie with them.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my initial impression.
I feel like we did I think we did a similar take a while back about skill and performance and whatnot, but my take has always been that K-pop isn't about skill. I know I'm gonna make a couple people angry by saying this, but if you're into K-pop, because they're very very talented, and that's it. If you're in it just for the skill and the talent, you're kind of missing the point. That's kind of my view. I think K-pop is a lot more than that. There's a lot of characterization going on. Like at the end of the day, you're consuming the character and the products that they put out, and definitely skill is a part of it. A skill is a part of that persona, that character, but there's so much more. Like stage presence. The way they look at the camera. Like
marketing,
the concepts, the marketing, the branding. Everything. And a lot of it comes down to making yourself different from the crowd. And sure, you want to do that in the nicest way possible. Like you don't want to be that one group who does really, really poopy things. People remember you for being that one poopy group who does poop songs. But at the end of the day, you have to stand out from the crowd. You have to make yourself memorable. And most of the times, just being really good at singing, I don't think it's not gonna cut it. I think.
What about you, Anita? What's your initial impression?
I think I agree with that general sentiment, and I guess to a general extent the take, because I do feel like as an audience member, it's very obvious, like these people are very talented and they have a lot of skill, innate or either trained through years of being under a company, and all of that investment. But I also feel like Warren mentioned, there's a lot more going on aside from just this talent and this skill that they're portraying. The production, the music videos, the choreography, like the creative aspect of it is a lot of what goes into K-pop, and I think that's what makes it really interesting. And when it comes to popularity, like you mentioned, Doug, you do have to be a little different, a little distinct, something that makes you recognizable in the mass of groups that come out every year. So yes, it's good, and it's to a certain extent it is necessary to have skill and talent, but I think even more so that distinction, that what makes you a little different, what makes you stand out from the crowd is really what gets you popular.
I do want to raise the idea though, right? Because the take is being distinct in K-pop is more important than raw skill, right? That's the take. I do want to raise the point because you have to be at a certain level of skill to begin with.
I 100.
That's
I
true.
100%.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
If you're god awful at singing, if I can't hear you for more than 10 seconds,
If you just like straight up tone deaf, it ain't gonna work
gonna
how
cut
much money we got behind you, right? Unless you never do like live stages ever, and you just lip sync the whole time, right? But,
right.
To go back to more what Jakob was actually suggesting, if we talk about like solo artists or vocal heavy groups, right?
Vocalists,
Right.
yeah.
I think for vocalists, having a distinct sound is super important. I think
I agree 100%.
when you think of all the top solo artists who might not be in K-pop groups specifically, they all have a very distinct sounding voice. Like, if you think of like, what does a Haze song sound like? It sounds like a Haze song.
Yes.
What does a Boy Bygone 4 song sound like? It sounds like her,
yes.
right? They're two very distinct styles. Or like, what does an IU song sound like? You're like, it's IU, right? Clearly, it's her style of singing, right? I think more for like vocalists or even main vocals of a song, because I think a lot of times K-pop groups are defined by their main vocalists, like who sings the chorus. Like for instance, I think G-Friend is really strongly defined not only by their good dancing, right, but by like Yuju's voice.
Right.
When I think of Yuju's voice, I think that's a G-Friend song. For better or
I
for
totally
worse.
agree. I think of, when I think of Cosmic Girls, I think of Subin's voice. Not simply because she's my favorite, but because she has that she does have a distinct voice.
You
She
don't
does.
think like
She does.
Yeonjung?
Oh, I think Yeonjung too. Yeonjung is great.
That one? They're all really good singers in that group.
Yes, but like they are. To be frank, Subin has that more distinct voice. She's a little more like squeaky, for the lack of a better term.
Squeaky. Okay.
You know what I mean, right?
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean. It does very much suit the kind of music style they have. Not really with this comeback, but that's another story. But yeah.
No, yeah. For like a group I like IZ*ONE, right? We are completely defined, at least over the past couple of releases, by Yuri, Eunbi, and Chaewon's voices. That's literally the power vocals they could pull off, or the cleanness they could pull off, is like the IZ*ONE sound at this point. Sort of like with Twice, you have Nayeon and Jihyo. That's like the Twice sound.
Yep.
You're so defined by how they sound, this like their specific style of singing, their specific like tone of their voices, that's why they stand out, right? Now, going back to the take, is being distinct more important than raw skill? The reason why I might say no, right, is because you need to have raw skill. That was the one point we said a lot of times. But when I really think about this, it's like, I like to think that at a certain point that the talented people are the ones who rise to the top. The cream rises to the top. But in reality, that's not always the case, because I feel like when we like K-pop, we're liking the full package and not just the talent, right? Like, let's say you had a god level like talent, right? Someone who's ridiculously good at everything, ridiculously good looking, whatever, right?
So Anita.
What?
I guess so, right?
Between us three.
Like, let's say this person was amazing at dance, amazing at singing, amazing at rapping, right?
Hard carry.
But they had zero stage presence. They just look like a dead fish on the stage, right?
Oh,
like,
no.
people aren't gonna watch that. Unless they just become like an OST singer, and sometimes the OST singers, you don't know what they look like, right?
Right.
But if they want to be a stage performer, like, sometimes skill is not enough. And going back to it, I feel like we oftentimes, when we review songs, we say like, this group has not found their thing yet.
Yeah.
And I think particularly the groups that are from big companies, they don't have to pick one style because they're kind of too big to fail. But for groups that may not be like from these massive companies, picking one certain style really benefits you. Like Dreamcatcher, they are very committed to the hard rock sound, right? If they went with the sound they had back when they were Minx, I don't know if they would even be around still.
I mean, I think another thing about groups from big companies is that they're distinct, but the fact that they're distinct doesn't rely on the musical style, if that makes any sense. Because Twice at this point has done various concepts. Red Velvet at this point has done various concepts. And they both have a very distinct color to it, even though the genres might change and the musical style might change and concept might change. And that's what I think really sets you apart from the crowd, right? You can, at the end of the day, you can come back with various different styles and concepts and genres, but you gotta have that distinct persona, that character, the voice there.
That's what fans latch on to, right? If you like hard rock, that's why you like Dreamcatcher, right? If you like almost Moonbathani electronic songs that are generally powerful, that's why you like Eyes One, right? If you like Girl Crush themes, that's why you like Blackpink.
I was gonna say Card for some reason.
Yeah, I was gonna say Card too.
If you like Tropical House, you like Card.
Yeah,
right?
Tropical House.
It seems like all the groups that sort of know who they are, then the fans know who you are too. But groups that are like switching up concepts every song, it's just like, I like the guys, but like, or the girls, but it's like, what am I supposed to latch on to here? Who are we as a fandom? What are we doing? Right?
Right.
The thing is though, like, it's hard to say that being distinct is better than raw skill. It feels wrong to say that. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Here's the counter example, right? Like, what was that group with the helmets and they had the
Crayon
weird
Pop?
dance? Crayon Pop.
Okay,
They were
I-
distinct.
A lot of people
You know,
like to group Crayon Pop with Momoland because they have like, I wouldn't call it completely out there styles, but let's be frank, they were kind of like,
They're kind of in the similar line of marketing and branding, I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, maybe it was temporary, but they made money.
but
They made
that's the other
back.
thing. It's like the fact that they were so distinct and they have these songs that went viral was the reason for their success. And if they did not have these really little bit strange distinct styles, they probably would not have made it.
Right. Let me bring in another example. The one of the daddies of K-pop, right? Mr. Psy, Mr. Park Sang-jae.
Ah.
Why was he so big in America? Why was he so big in YouTube? Not because he's a great singer, not because he's the world's best rapper. No, because he was different. Because he dared
Yeah,
to
he
do things
was.
that are very different.
Still is.
He still does. That being said, he's a great singer. He does have a very good amount of skills in terms of like his singing abilities and rapping abilities. So, like I said, you have to get to a certain level of basic minimum. But after that, it's all about how you are different from the crowd. What can you offer that's new? What is genre boundary pushing? What is it that you bring to this convoluted market where everybody already has a bias? You know, like.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with what you're saying though, because when it comes to like raw talent and skill, nowadays I think in this modern K-pop era, I would say that groups that come out, the gap in skill is so small. Like,
Okay, let's put it
people
this way.
are
You
so
know,
well prepared.
Y'all know Gwang-yi, right? Who does variety these days, right?
Of,
he was in a group called Jaya back in the day.
태국의 아이들. Oh man.
Homie, okay, I like Wang. I think he's funny. He cannot dance or sing, but he was like an adequate idol back in the day, right? Like he was a filler member in an idol group. And if he tried to audition, let's say he was all of a sudden like 15 again, and he tried to audition with his like God-given talent right now, they would like laugh at him, right?
Yeah, probably.
But it's I think especially now, if we had said this take like. Actually, let me think about this. Being distinct is more important than.
Well, no. If we were in 2008, I would have said, bring in the skill, please. I think back then, I think back then there was a lot of groups. I'm not gonna name names, obviously, but there was a lot of groups where my mom would watch me watching TV and she'd be like, "Why are you watching these god awful?"
Yeah, there like back then there were some groups that just weren't good.
They were just. Let's be real, guys.
You're kind of right.
Yeah,
The
the
floor-
level
the
of
floor
talent
has-
is on another dimension right now.
The floor has
Yes.
gotten so high, right?
Yeah.
That to
Yeah.
even have a shot, you need to be amazing. Yeah. So when we talk about the take being distinct to K-pop is more important than raw skill, I think it's now a combination of both. I know that's a BS answer because we're not like agreeing or disagreeing, but it's like once the talent is there, which it is for almost everyone now,
Yeah.
you gotta you have to be able to set yourself apart, because if you're just doing what everyone else is doing, like let's say I have a new boy group and we're not from a big company, and I'm like, let's do the dark concept because everyone else is doing that. How are we supposed to ever make it, right? We got like we're like putting ourselves at a disadvantage by following the trend. You want to be a trendsetter, not a trend follower.
Oh, some big brain words right there. Big brain, big brain. Oh yeah.
I mean, you never make it to the top without taking some risks. Let's be straight up here.
Yeah.
That's some life advice. I think we covered this. I don't know. I feel like we're kind of beating a dead horse. I think everyone knows that K-pop people are skilled, but I think people do somewhat recognize that you kind of have to set yourself apart, because if you're just doing the meta, like, come on, what are you gonna gain from that?
There. At the end of the day, you have to give me a reason for me to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only have my headphones in so many minutes a day, man. Like I got a little bit of time. I'm a busy man.
But let's get to news and events from last week. So I'll be honest here, there was nothing groundbreaking this week. There were a lot of like small takes, so we kind of combined some. So the first section is called Big Announcements Out of Big Hit and SM. Let's start with Big Hit. Wow. Bang Bang Con, the live, attracted over 750,000 viewers from a total of 107 countries. The online event drew the largest global audience ever for a paid virtual concert. Wow. And based on average ticket prices, it is estimated that Bang Bang Con generated over 25 billion Korean won, so $20 million USD.
My goodness.
So in correlation, Big Hit announced a partnership with American company Kiswi Mobile, I believe it's what they're called. So by partnering with Kiswi, Bang Bang Con provided fans with multi-view live streaming options consisting of 6 unique angles that fans were able to choose between as they viewed the concert. That's pretty cool.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't know if I need 6 unique angles. But,
Well,
I mean, that's pretty cool.
1,000 angles. We need 1,000 angles.
All right.
The last Big Hit news that came out, that it was revealed that BTS World, the mobile game, has generated 46 billion won, which is around 38 million USD in revenue between its launch date in June 2019 to the end of Q1 2020. Wow, that's so much money. So much money.
Look at all this. Look at all this, man.
Between those two things alone, like not even touching album sales, right? Just this online concert and this mobile game. And they also have Superstar BTS, I believe, too. So that's another one they got. But just those two things alone, they almost made $60 million. Or, yeah, $60 million.
Imagine all the things you could do with $60 million.
Everything.
I could buy so much soup.
I could buy so much Converse shoes.
But, yeah, crazy things for Big Hit. They're just making so much money. Now to SM, right? This one's kind of interesting. So SM signed a partnership with the Seoul Philharmonic Orchestra. So on June 12th, the Seoul Philharmonic Orchestra revealed that they signed an agreement with the agency on the 10th, which means that they'll be recording orchestral versions of SM artist songs. It is reported that music director Osmo Vanska is participating in the project, and a full orchestra will be recording.
Wow, that sounds
What do you think of that,
great.
Warren, as an orchestra person?
I was an orc dork through high school, per se. That's kind of exciting. I'm not gonna lie, because it's kind of forbidden to do K-pop with classical music, really, because it's really easy to come off a little cringy. I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of the parts are made for vocal lines. And then if you play that with your violin, for example, you end up with not really. You end up with an awkward angle. So if you pull it off really well, you'll pull it off really well. But most of the time, it's a little awkward. But when they do pull it off really well,
I'm kind of excited for this.
I'm excited.
I wonder what songs they're gonna choose.
Yes.
Yo, give me the orchestra version of Jopping.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
That's an endeavor right there.
Remember a couple years back, a couple episodes back in the year, I remember you mentioned the orchestra covering K-pop. I remember Red Velvet was in there. Yeah,
Bad Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Boy was in there. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yes.
Stuff like that. I'm looking forward to this. I'll check it out.
I like that these companies especially the big guys, are making these weird partnerships that we would normally not expect, because like they have all the resources too. It's like, who knows, we might get something crazy out of it. But the second and last SM news is that TVXQ's Changmin announced that he will be getting married to his girlfriend in September.
Yay!
Oh, that's a
Congratulations.
little surprising. Oh my goodness.
Shout out to
Changmin.
Changmin.
Yay.
That's a good looking dude with a dolphin scream voice, yo. Shout out to Changmin. He's
he a married
32.
man.
He's 32 years old. I looked it up. He already went to Gundae. So, I mean,
Yeah.
perfect time to get married for him.
Congrats.
And I feel like TVXQ at this point is like, how is SM going to tell him no, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how are they going to tell him no? He's been in their company since, like, I mean, they debuted in 2003. Like, let's be honest. How are they going to tell him no?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Shout out to Changmin. I bet, like, I wonder if Yuno's ever, like, third wheeled them.
You know, I'm pretty sure has a. Never mind.
I mean,
You know what I was
just
getting
saying,
at.
I'm sure he has a really good looking girlfriend. Let's
Okay.
say.
I
I'm pretty
hope
sure.
so.
I hope so.
He
Yeah,
better.
good looking guy.
But okay, so the next main topic is K-pop lyrics videos and problematic monetization. Let me explain. So
Here we go.
popular
Yes.
K-pop lyrics YouTube channels, Jaeguchi, Lemmering, Zari, Farhani. These are some of the big channels that y'all probably have been to before without even noticing. And others were a hot topic online this past week after their problematic methods were revealed. So the main issue here is it comes down to monetization, but a lot of people were talking about how these lyric videos come out right after the songs come out, right?
Very
Like right
quickly,
after these
yeah.
songs show up on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to them. They come out with these lyrics videos on YouTube, and a lot of people are saying, number one, the translations are sometimes wrong, and they have that thing where they kind of have the pictures of all the kids in the group, and they normally
Yeah.
like highlight the kids, and people are saying that a lot of the times it's wrong what they're doing, right? It's low quality videos, low quality content. All right, so the reason this is a big problem is because of monetization. And what leads to monetization? Huge amount of views. So these channels rack up like millions of views a year, right?
Right.
And it's estimated that some of these channels are making hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars of ad revenue each year.
That's a
Wow.
lot of money.
So you're like, all right, that's good. They're making a lot of money. But who does that money, like where should that money actually go to? Probably the people who own the songs, right? So
Well, okay, yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to.
Copyrights.
Yeah.
So here we go, monetization and ad revenue. One would think that the ad revenues from these videos goes directly to the artists/companies who own the rights to these songs, but these channels have come up with methods to skirt YouTube's terrible copyright policies. So here are the
How?
two methods that they're using. Number one, these channels themselves will copyright a song, like their own song. They'll hire someone to make like a song or whatever, and they'll add a 30-second clip of it at the end of their video, right?
Ah,
So then,
yes.
because they went through the copyright process with YouTube, so it's verified, right? And you know how when sometimes you click the info, you see who owns the copyrights of the song? So let's say, for instance, BTS is on, right? Let's say I make this lyrics video and I add my 30-second SojuTalk thing at the end, right?
Uh-huh.
If I file that my song is on here because 30 seconds is apparently all you need, and we also say that, yeah, that's BTS's song, we split the ad revenue 50-50. Even though we had 3 minutes and 30 seconds of a BTS song, 30 seconds of mine, the ad revenue is split 50-50. Is that not shady?
50-50 between the
Me and
the
Big Hit. Because my own copyrighted song, 30-second clip was included. I get 50% of the revenue.
Okay, I mean, okay, from YouTube's perspective, I can see why they did it like this. It's not just because the time is longer, just doesn't usually mean that time. What I'm trying to say is screen time and then ad revenue, effectiveness, efficiency doesn't really mirror each other one by one. That part, I understand why they made it a 50-50% split. This, however, I'm not going to deny, it's kind of poo-poo.
Right? Because it's not like they're saying BTS is on plus SojuTalk's intro, right? We're just saying BTS is on lyric video as the
Right.
title.
right.
So in like the post credits, they're putting their own song and they've vetted it through the copyright system, so they get 50% of the revenue. That's so shady. The second thing's even worse. So you're like 50-50. How could it get worse, right? Apparently, some of these channels are under these large networks that can get through the entire copyright process, so they get 100% of the monetization.
Oh.
Oh.
And another thing they're doing is, so these large agencies, we don't know how they do it. It is not confirmed, but some people think that they might have bought the catalog rights to some of these songs for use in media production, which is the equivalent of like when you're watching a TV show, there might be background music, right? Like some kind of copyright song. So they think they might have bought the copyright for cheap, right? And then when they can't clear it, their network will file a copyright claim, not for the audio specifically, but for the visual elements of the video, saying we own this picture that they're showing. So then they'll get the copyright, and then they'll kick back the money to them.
Oh dear.
Jesus Christ. Look, this sounds like a
dear.
very... Okay. I have a lyric video on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's recently hit 10 million views. It's
Warren, you're a part of the problem.
however, this was back in 2013 where none of this was a thing, and right now the song is being monetized by Kakao M, which is the publisher of the song.
Which makes sense.
Which makes sense. And I'm gonna say back then that was new. That was like groundbreaking. And I mean, I didn't expect to ever make money off the song because I was just making lyrics videos for fun. But like,
Yeah.
It comes down to intent, because a lot of people previously had thought that these channels were doing it out of like the goodness of their heart because they're into K-pop and they want to provide fans like something cool, because a lot of fans obviously don't know Korean, so this is a good way to have the Korean on the screen, the English on the screen, romanization.
Yeah.
But it seems like that a lot of these big channels are literally just doing this for the money.
I don't know. Look, if you want to get rewarded for translating and making a lyric video, by all means, I understand that. But like, you shouldn't be taking the entire profit here. And like, let's be honest. When we watch those lyric videos, do you watch the entire video, or do you have it playing on the background most of the time?
Some people might, I think, instead of going to the official audio.
I used to learn Korean by like having it up to.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm totally in the minority then. But
So the reason why we even found out this was someone did like an expose video on one of these channels, and they basically contacted the guy, and he's like, if I'm bad, check out what these other people are doing. So the guy who said if
ratted
I'm
them
bad,
out.
he was doing the 50-50 split method, and then he just exposed the other people, saying, bro, they somehow are in these networks that can clear copyright and take 100% of the money. Now, like, let's say you release the lyrics videos for the entire BTS Map of the Soul 7, right?
yeah.
So you had like, there was like a gajillion songs on that album, and let's say you released the 20-something videos, they can potentially stand to make $1 million over the year just from the views on those videos.
I think what bothers me the most is the realization that, yes, these people that are making these videos might not even really be fans or listeners of the music, really. They're just looking to make money, a business, basically. But also the fact that, okay, you're using translations, but then these translations are not even accurate.
Good. Yeah.
I think sometimes you might just be copy and pasting translations that you see from another source.
Oof.
Yeah, to be honest, it just feels like if you're gonna do it, please.
My issue
well.
with this is not because, like, all right, I know BTS, whatever the $1 million these people are making probably isn't the like life-changing to them, right? But some of these like somewhat smaller groups, we have to recognize that a lot of K-pop companies don't have that much money, and every little bit helps, right?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, let's say I'm at Fantagio, I don't know, I just named that, right? And throughout the entire year, our lyrics videos for the Wakey Makey stuff could generate us like $500,000-$600,000, right? That could be a whole nother comeback for us, and we're not gonna see any of that money. That just feels kind of wrong.
I mean, like, it would cost a lot more than $500-$600 to make a comeback, but
you know what I'm saying.
I get your point.
Money
Yes,
is
point taken. Money, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, right? Look, not to get involved in any of this YouTube monetization drama, or
Because
like,
it's so bad anyway.
it's stupid. It's stupid. That's what it is. It's stupid. You know, I've been uploading stuff on YouTube since like 2011 at this point. It's stupid. Monetization, the way YouTube does copyright, there's a lot of stupid stuff behind it. That being said, at the end of the day, you shouldn't be making money off of other people's content. That's
Yeah.
and if it's like, for example, if it's like you're reviewing a person's music, that falls under fair usage. I get that. That's totally good to go. People aren't gonna tune into your video to listen to the music. That being said, if you're just blatantly, putting up poorly made translations, poorly made content, because you want to make easy money off of other people's content. Let's be honest, making a song is probably 100 more hours than, at least more than making a lyric video. Let's be honest. Making a song is a lot of effort. There's recording, there's like instrumentation, there's production, there's like mixing, mastering. You have like a couple months of preparation. Whereas people upload lyric videos an hour, 2 hours, maybe 12 hours after they're uploaded. Come on. You're not putting in the effort for that money. You're stealing. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Thieves.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird because like, it's just weird how like shady it could be and how they're skirting YouTube's terrible system.
Man, stupid.
But let's move on. Island, the good and the bad. So all of you, I don't know what I just said there. All of you probably know that Mnet and Big Hit are making this Island show out of the Belief project thing. Ooh. So first, the good. IU confirmed to sing the opening song for Mnet's Island.
What?
Yes. Titled Into the Island, the opening theme song for Mnet's Island is hand-produced by Big Hit Entertainment's head producer, Bang PD. Okay.
Wow.
We got
Interesting.
We got Zico, Rain, and IU all connected to this now.
Wow.
Man.
Now the bad. This one's kind of an oof.
Okay.
So, Mnet's Island came under fire on June 15th over poor conditions for staff, dangerous stage layout that caused the staff to fall and bleed, and a contestant to fracture his arm. A source stated to Sports Joseon, the stage set was movable and so dangerously designed that even professionally trained dancers could have fallen and gotten injured. Concerns about safety were raised during the initial meetings, but they pushed ahead with it anyway. 3 days prior to recording, a staff member fell from the stage and bled, but no follow-up action was taken. On the day of filming, one of the trainees fractured his arm and was taken to the emergency room. A source from Island has confirmed the incident and stated that they did not cover up what had happened and are discussing supporting measures, I don't know what that means, for the injured trainee, as it will be difficult for him to rejoin the program.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, what about the staff member?
Yeah.
They're like,
Everything
like
that happened prior
they're like
to
tough
that.
shit. Like,
Oh my god. Why?
especially after the Wendy incident.
Exactly.
Again.
Exactly.
Here's the other oof. It has been circulating around the rumor mill, this is unconfirmed, that Mnet has been collecting petition signatures in support of An PD and Kim of the Produce 101 rigging controversies from the Island staff during the filming of the show.
What?
What?
Petitions?
But petitions for what?
Like supporting them and saying they're innocent or something.
Yeah, poo poo head. No, go back. Look. There's the Korean internet right now. Still very angry at the whole situation. They didn't forget. This seems. Mnet, why would I'm lost for words.
I feel most bad for that one kid because like this was his shot at changing him and his family's life, essentially.
Yeah.
And like imagine you're all hyped to go. You're like, bro, if I beat out, I think there's like 24 kids. Let's say that it ends up with 6 kids, right? He's like, if I make it to the top 25 percentile, my family's set for like generational wealth, right? And then you're doing your thing, you try hard, all of a sudden you fall off the stage, break your arm, it's over.
Oh my
Could you
God.
imagine that? Like,
You know what they should do? Mnet should fund a solo project for this kid who fell off. That would be a that would be an apology.
they said that they're gonna look into ways to get him back on the show once he's recovered, but like the fact that he's gonna miss out on that much exposure means that he's done, right? Like,
What if he gets an automatic seat into the group?
What
No,
if
that wouldn't be fair. But still, it really sucks that it happened because the way that you described it and the way the report said it, it could have been preventable, like 100%.
100%?
But people didn't do it, and I don't understand.
you know, okay. Accidents happen. I get that, but preventable accidents should not happen.
Yeah.
It's
Ugh.
what year is it? It's 2020, guys.
God damn it.
Safety
Snake.
first. Safety first.
And they're making Big Hit look bad by this stuff coming out too.
Oh, big
Yeah,
oof.
cool.
Because
By
it's not like Big Hit's the one
association.
who's producing the show. It's a show. That's Mnet's thing, making shows, right?
Yeah.
So they're kind of responsible for this. All right, quick takes. Finale of Road to Kingdom to be broadcast live globally on YouTube on June 18th. Furthermore, global fans will not only be able to tune into the live finale via Mnet's K-pop Mnet's K-pop official YouTube channel, but they'll also have the chance to participate in live voting via the Who's Fan app.
Wow.
Global fans via the Who's Fan app will contribute to 30% of the finale voting results, along with domestic fans' text message votes, which will count for the remaining 70%.
I hope it's not rigged.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
We'll talk about Road to
Yeah.
Kingdom in State of the Nation. We can talk about some spoilers. Here's the thing about Gugudan and Jellyfish. This is the next topic.
Oh my god.
Sally raises fears about Gugudan and Jellyfish. So Sally, also known as Lu Jining, I think that's her Chinese name, probably butchered that. She's currently a contestant on the Chinese Idol reality competition show Produce Camp 2020, aka Chuang. And she's doing really well too. She's probably going to make the finale group.
Oh, good for her.
She stated in an interview that Jellyfish, around the time of the Lunar New Year period, told the members to go home and not to come back until they were told.
Huh?
They were also told to take all of their belongings from the dorm. As a Chinese national, Sally, she pretty much saw the writing on the wall and chose to stay in the dorm as long as possible before returning to China due to fears that she would never return back to Korea.
Oh my goodness.
Gugudan debuted back in 2016 under Jellyfish and has not had a comeback since November of 2018. So we're not saying that they're disbanded, but the company basically told her, like, y'all go home, we'll tell you when to come back. And the optics of that's like, bro, we ain't ever gonna come back, probably.
Yeah. It sounds like, for the lack of a better term, it sounds like they're getting prisoned, if you will.
So they're Gugudan.
Oh, what?
My god, dude.
I'm like, okay, I don't know if they're done. That might have been a bad taste. It was probably bad taste. It was kind of funny though, but
It was kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie.
Bro.
Seriously
Sad.
though.
There's this thing. I know I talked about it before, but like, they broke this girl. Like, she is, pound for pound, probably the most skilled person on that TV show, right?
Man.
And normally when people are extremely talented, what follows along with it? Confidence, right? Like, Chungha knew she was good. And when she went on Produce, she's like, bro, look how good I am, right? Sally on this show seems so depressed and broken. Even though, see, I stopped watching after like episode 5. It just wasn't for me, Chuang. But
It's fine.
from what I watched, I was like, bro, you are so good. Like, seem happy. Because like, you have a, and honestly, she was one of the people who came into the show. Everyone knew who she was. So she's part,
Right.
as long as she doesn't do something terrible, she's like assured to like be one of the winners of the show. But she seems so like insecure, depressed, like didn't know her spot, like how good she was. Like,
Well, now I want to vote.
there's like a full interview which you could look up online. She says a lot of like, I wouldn't call them takes, but like it's kind of hard to read. It's pretty sad. I don't know. I feel bad because like Gugudan and Jellyfish, I don't know what Jellyfish is doing. You have Sejong, Mina, you had Nayoung, Sally. I didn't even know how good Sally was until I saw her on the show. They had so much talent and they just released the song about mermaids and then released the song about chocolate at the beginning.
Oh my god.
You remember those songs?
Yeah.
The boots? Something
the
about
wrong
the boots?
reason.
There was a song about boots too. It's just-
Yeah.
I feel just terrible though. But I don't know. Let's move on. So we got some happier things. 17 has recorded 1.06 million stock pre-orders for their comeback mini album Hengare. I don't know how I pronounce that, but it's set for release on June 22nd. So this is not like fans have bought 1.06 million pre-orders, which they probably will eventually. But this is like stores have bought 1.06 million copies of this song already, of this album already. So they're expecting to sell that many.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
That's a lot of albums.
Yes.
Could you imagine like the total pre-order? Like before you even sell one to a fan, they're like, "Yo, the stores wanted 1.1 million copies of this." That's
Imagine,
ridiculous.
imagine being the factory making those albums.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
making 1 million albums.
We can't make 1 million albums, sir. What do
Imagine
you mean?
you're the person who like 8 hours a day you have to shove photo cards into the album,
Oh my god.
and you've probably been doing it for like 3 weeks straight.
Shoving 1 million photo cards into albums, dude.
But next, Stray Kids have recorded over 200,000 stock pre-orders for their comeback.
Wow.
Their first full album, Go, which is set for release on June 17th. They have a food concept going on. I swear, the teaser video, they were chefs.
What?
I'm really like interested as to what they're gonna do, because they were like sharpening knives, cutting vegetables, looking all cool. I don't know. Nanta.
Oh man. Apparently this is their first full-length album.
Right. Yep.
It's called 고생. That's a Chinese character in there
고생.
for some reason.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think the fans were just calling it Go, because like it's not like we know what the Chinese character is.
I go.
All right, next one. Coachella was finally canceled due to the coronavirus outbreak. Big Hit and Epic High were scheduled to perform, and the event was previously postponed from April to October.
You mean Big
Yeah.
Bang and Epic High, right?
Who did I say?
You said Big Hit.
Oh, Big
Imagine Bang PD and Epic
PD
High getting
perform?
on stage.
That'd be
Alright, yeah.
nice.
Big
That'd be
Bang
fun.
and Epic High were scheduled to perform. So this is a follow-up. So Pledis CEO Han has removed his wife's name from the copyrights of all 8 of those Eyes One songs and has returned the royalties that he got from those songs to the rightful people.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, shady man.
All right, but now we're at comebacks and releases. Warren, hit us with them.
June 16th on Tuesday, we have Baek Ah-yeon and 2AM Surong featuring Lovely's K. June 17th on Wednesday, we have Stray Kids, Nature, and Gravity coming back on the same day, as well as June 18th on Thursday, we have Wakey Makey coming back, as well as on June 22nd, Monday. That's right, we have 17 coming back. In other confirmed comeback news, we have Blackpink, June 26th, 3i or Third Eye or I on June 29th. Hwaza on June 29th. Weekly with 3 E's on June 30th. Sunmi in late June. TOO for July. XOSC for July. And then Jungseun for July. And highlights, Dujun solo debut on July.
So Blackpink, we got a confirmed date.
Pictures too, right?
The pictures are nuts.
Yeah.
Have you seen the pictures?
I haven't seen any
Yes.
of the photos.
They're
I saw the really empty
crazy.
looking.
No, you should check out the teaser photos for each member. They're bananas.
Oh, so it's happening now.
It's happening. It's confirmed.
Oh
So
my goodness.
the pre-release song. But in terms of next week, so Stray Kids, Nature, Gravity, Wakey Makey 17. I think we probably have to cover all of those. I'm surprised Gravity's already coming back. I think that's cool though.
Yeah.
That they are.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
All right, but now
Also-
we're at. Oh, what, Warren?
If anyone actually knows how to pronounce Third Eye, 3i,
I think it's Third Eye.
Third Eye. Okay.
Mhm.
Because I was about to say 3 yeah, and I was like, that's probably not how I say it, that word. Like,
Yeah, bro. I put the
3-yeah.
Korean next to it to help you.
I mean, yeah, but like I thought the yeah part, and I was like Kanye yay, and like 3 yay, and I was like,
3-yeah.
I didn't say it, all right. I said Third Eye, so we're good. Let's move on to the State of the Nation. Doug, how has it been in the world of K-pop for you, sir?
Anita, Road to Kingdom happened. Spoiler alert.
I did.
Before we talk
Spoiler
about it,
alert!
Woo.
fast forward a while. The group that got eliminated was TOO.
T-O-O.
Correct.
Oofda bagoofda.
You know how I said that I thought their performance was the worst that round?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't alone. So, this round, on and off, it's raining. Got first place.
Such an
the boys-
interesting arrangement, can I just say, for that song?
Yeah, I did not expect them to do Michael Jackson when it's a
Yes.
rain song. That was.
Yes.
I liked it, but I didn't think it got first place. I think. Man,
Same.
no, it was good though. I don't remember, but second place was the boys Shangri-La. Third
Yep.
place was Very Very's Go Go Baby, and third place, One Us's Be Mine, which is that Infinite song, got fourth place. Pentagon with Follow surprisingly got fifth. I thought that was a shock, and then TOO's Hard Carry
Yeah.
got sixth. I did not like the Very Very Go Go Baby stage. I thought it was so cheesy.
To be honest, I was okay with the concept when they were like doing the brainstorming bit,
Mhm.
because I thought like, okay, like a musical type of thing. But the actual product, I think, could have been a little better. I don't know, something about it. I don't think it should have been a one take. There was some certain
The guy dropped the
choices.
stick too, right?
Yeah,
that?
he dropped it. I didn't think
But
it was a huge deal though.
No, but they did the other thing with the stick where like, so Warren, they had this big cane, right? And then let's say I'm in the camera, I'm holding the cane, and
Then
then
you
okay,
let
I'll
go.
hold the pencil, right? And then
Yeah.
he dropped it, so he's
Yeah.
holding his hand, and someone here's like wiggled it down here.
Someone
so it looked
wiggled
like it
it?
was
What do you mean?
magic, like in the camera frame.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that it
So,
looks
so
like
it was
it's
like whoa, it was like
it's
I don't know how to
up by
describe
itself.
it.
I can kind of imagine it.
It was so cool though. That part was cool.
Okay. It sounds a little weird, but I'll have to watch
So
it.
the groups left for the finale are On and Off, The Boys, Pentagon, Very Very, One Us, in that order. So On and Off has like 31.8 thousand. The Boys are at 30,000. Pentagon 26,000. Very Very 21. One Us 18. So you can make regular Kingdom in two ways. You either win the finale or you have the most points cumulative across the entire show.
Correct.
I think only two groups have a shot at that right now. The cumulative points. It's On and Off for the Boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
My prediction is that On and Off will win the cumulative. Actually, if either of those groups wins the finale, they're probably going to get both, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because the margin is so small
It's too
now.
small.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Only one group's gonna make it at this point.
Yeah,
I
okay,
think.
that is my prediction then. I think only one group's going to make it to Kingdom. Whoever
The-
wins it.
Yeah. What makes me a little bit concerned is that I thought it was going to be a little more spread out, and I didn't expect the rise of On and Off, to be honest. I didn't know they were going to be first for the third round,
Yeah.
and I don't know, that just makes me so worried for Pentagon.
Pentagon needs to win the
Like,
finale
yeah.
to
Yeah.
get onto Kingdom.
I don't know.
I honestly
didn't
hope
see this
I
coming.
want two groups to make it, right? Which would then lead me to say that Pentagon needs to win the finale and either On and Off or the Boys needs to go through on cumulative.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way you get two groups, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if Pentagon wins and then one of the two ranks second.
One of the two On and Off or the Boys
Yeah.
gets the cumulative point total.
Mm.
Hopefully that's what happens, because I think it's a bit of a shame if only one group goes, because like they've
Yeah.
really hustled. And so there's two dudes in On and Off. What are their names?
Wyatt.
Wyatt and Ishan, right? Ishan.
These are interesting names.
These two guys have the funniest
Hilarious.
reactions. It's like the honestly, I like their reactions more than some of the performances. I'll be straight up,
They're really
bro.
funny.
Wyatt and Ishan are the funniest part of the entire show. They just have like these derpy ass faces the entire time, and it's so funny. Like,
They're always surprised every performance.
if you look up on YouTube, there are like compilation videos of just their reactions to other groups, and it is so funny. But overall, I thought Road to Kingdom has been really good, and they've really focused on the performance aspect. That's like been the entire name of the game this season. But
I'm a little not hesitant, but I just wonder how much more intense the show can get with Kingdom.
regular Kingdom,
Because
oh my god,
yeah, because right now it's pretty. I thought it was gonna be kind of low key, like just trying to get people's names out there.
yeah.
But no, it's pretty serious. So I don't know how it's gonna be for the actual
certain
thing.
companies.
who's gonna be in it?
I'm looking at you, Cracker Entertainment, have been spending so much money to try to win this show.
Yeah.
They've been blowing money. They've been like, you could tell they've been hiring set designers and like a ridiculous amount of backup dancers and choreographers to try to win this show.
Yeah.
It's been very obvious that they've been spending a lot of money.
They really want to win.
That's kind of all I've been doing in the world of K-pop. Not a super like busy week for me. But what about you, Anita? Or no, actually, let's go to Warren first.
Yeah.
Because I know you're not watching Road to Kingdom.
Yeah, I'm not watching Road to Kingdom. I'm watching this show called Good Girl.
Oh, I saw a clip from that show.
It's been a while since I mentioned it, right? I kind of waited till today to talk about it because the theme for last week's episode was idols. You'd be surprised. I think the lineup against the Good Girls participants was this week. It was Ravi, Chorin, AB6,
Yep.
and then Mimi and Yua from Oh My
You
Girl.
are from Oh My Girl?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's it, right? I don't think there was any more.
I think so. Yeah.
I think that was it. Yeah. And that was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It was, Hyorin did like a modern dance thing, and like, man, it was really interesting to watch. On one end, I was like, of course, Hyorin, one of the most top tier vocalists right now in the entire Korean music industry, not just K-pop and idols.
Of all time, dude.
Of all time. Well, no, no, but all time.
I'm talking in terms of idols. In terms of idols, easily, all time, best singer. And then she's doing this modern dance thing while she's doing it. I'm like, I don't know how you're doing it. You're doing it right after I argued that choreo and singing together is hard. But you just made me look like a stupid idiot. Thank you very much. It was great. You guys should check it out. So that was pretty cool. Another thing, AB6 got pushed off to next week. The one kid that is not part of the group anymore was nowhere to be seen. Kind of as expected.
Dang.
Is it like awkward camera angles to get him off the screen?
There was some awkward angles and some awkward dialogue in the interviews, but that's what happens. That's what happens. It happens every time.
I think you were talking about Yeon from CLC, right?
What about her?
Did you say something about her, or was I just imagining that?
You're just well,
okay, it. She's like one of my favorites.
Well, she's gonna be on next week. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Yeah, she's good. She's good. But this week there was Oh My Girl and the two of them. They did a duet version of Checkmate from their fifth season album, and that was pretty cool. They had a bit of a choreo. They had what am I saying? They had a huge choreo thing. Personally, like I've mentioned here and there, not really big into choreo. But if you're into choreo, I think you'll like it. That was some pretty cool choreo. Yoonwei, who's one of the contestants now.
That's the only thing I saw. It was really good.
She was really good. I was very, very impressed. She is turning out to be a really solid vocalist, very solid color, very distinct from her competitors. I really enjoy where she's going. But the center of controversy last week.
I know it.
This girl named Queen Wasabi.
Yep.
Oh my god, did she do something else?
She did something stupid. When you listen to the name Queen Wasabi, you can imagine, you can immediately tell that she's not like
it's gonna be
typical.
Spicy. It's gonna be spicy like wasabi.
Oh man!
I remember that she was on. Oh, I saw episode 1 with my parents. Well, my sister. And my mom.
Big mistake, buddy.
She was talking about male parts and her own parts, and I was like,
and she had a male rapper as a guest feature called Takua from last season of Show Me the Money.
Okay, I saw that. It was horrific. That dude.
I mean, whatever about the guy. He wasn't showing me. He made it to final round. I don't really like him, but whatever.
What was her big oof? What did she do?
They kissed on stage.
Yep.
Now, I guess that might not seem wild, but that's probably the first time that's happened on Korean TV.
Really?
You mean like that? It's happened at like end of the year stages.
Yeah, but like with like top stars, but like these rando kids from the middle of nowhere. I don't know. It was
okay. She was in a Yangpang video. Today.
Oh, you saw that?
I saw that. It was awkward because so Yangpang's this YouTuber. She's from Busan. She's friends with this rapper Big One, who's like a good-looking guy, and their whole thing is to just like fake flirt with each other. That's like one of the going things, and it's funny. It might be real flirting. Who knows?
I'm hoping they're real, dude. I'm hoping they're real. Oh my god, please.
Queen Wasabi also knows Big One, and let's just put it this way: Queen Wasabi likes to show off her goods, quote unquote, and she was making it like really awkward. At one point, she asked him like, "Hey, Big One, do you like large chest regions?" Like things like that. That's the type of stuff she was just saying. It was. They were both twerking because that's a thing, and it was like, stop, please.
The thing is, when Yangpang is twerking, it's kind of funny because she's not really good at it.
Yeah.
But then when you have Queen Wasabi go at it, it's a little different because at that point I'm like, I don't want to be seen watching this video in public. I wouldn't want my mother to know that I'm watching this video right now. Like, it's a little
I get her. I get her like freedom, and she can do whatever she wants. But like, for Korean media, she's out there, right? Like,
she is opening up a new window that was never there before, and it's crazy. It's crazy to watch.
How do you feel about the overall good girl experience? Like, do you like in the show?
I didn't watch the full episode last week. Largely because I had a bunch of stuff going on. I couldn't watch the full episode. But besides that, I've been watching full episodes here and there, every week, and it's kind of fun. It's nice. It's not, I don't go into it. Expecting like show me the money, or like I don't go into it expecting like Superstar K.
Who
like,
stood out to you the most so far?
who stood out to me the most so far in the positive way, I would say Yeun. Not because she's the best, but she has been very impressive. Yeah, I will add. Yoonhui has been very impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Has she said teriyaki yet?
Probably has at this point, dude. Every time she says teriyaki, at this point, it just goes in through one ear and comes out the other. That being said, there has been some, people who left the mark because they're not really good. Like Queen Wasabi. But,
she's
that's
not
another
good.
story.
Let's just be honest.
It's a fun, interesting time. But go check it out. On the other hand.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you had one more thing to say?
No. Keep talking about not Queendom. Keep talking about Good Girl. I have another K hip hop question after.
Oh no, I was gonna pivot. So make a question.
What's going on with Jackie Y?
Man, you bringing that question now? It's a long story, buddy. All right.
Is it essentially that she's posting on Insta story that all her whole persona is fake?
No, it's not what is going on.
Not that? Okay.
I think when it got posted to Reddit, there was a bit of a misunderstanding because the guy who posted it was like, it's revocation. Revoking. They thought that's what it is. That's not what happened. Basically, Jackie Y, if you listen to her lyrics, there's pretty much always a clear theme. There's like there's a lot of religious motives. There's a lot of motifs pulled from like anti-capitalism, anarchism, lots of neo-politics going on. In her, lots of themes and motifs. Sorry, I keep saying the wrong word. But note how I'm saying motifs, right? Because the entire time, my understanding was that she's using those as a tool to get herself to kind of get her message out there. Not that she actually supports anarchism. That seemed like a sort of a persona, not Jackie Y as a human being, not Hong Yeun. I think that's her real name. That does not represent who she is. I think that's what she was getting at with these Instagram posts. That being said, she came out on Instagram and she was like, she said, I don't remember exactly what she said, but something along the lines of like, I'm a rapper at the end of the day. I'm not a female rights activist. I'm not a political activist. Please
that's fair.
Please don't expect me to raise my voice for certain movements that I am not really the center of. And I understand that. I can understand why from certain movements, they kind of saw Jackie Y as a person who wants to speak up on that. There has been a couple lyrics here and there where people thought maybe she's talking about the glass ceiling, or like maybe she's talking about this topic, that topic. At the end of the day, all she said was ceiling. She didn't explicitly if you look at the context, it makes no sense, and I thought it was a little weird. That being said, I understand what's going on. But she was on Instagram and she was like, this has been like a persona. This has been like a musical like a metaphor, a message. Please don't take it literally, and like that's what happened. That's what that is.
Okay.
That being said, she did feature in the new BY Simba Zawadi joint, which is might be one of the first notable CCM rap albums in a long time.
What is CCM for the for the people who don't know what it is?
Christian something music, Christian church music.
I don't know. That seems about what it is, though. Yeah, it's Christian music.
It's about Jesus.
And we know BY is very religious. That's I think
very religious.
That. Yeah.
And I've heard some very positive things about it. So I haven't checked it out yet. I can't really say. I can't really vouch for it. But if you're into BY, you might want to check it out. And I was trying to get at Jackie Y is in that track, and she brings up a lot of that things with her religious motifs and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I haven't been listening to a lot of rap, to be honest with you, because I've been busy listening to the Cosmic Girls. It's a good album. It's a good album.
Recommend us a B-side.
I think my favorite B-side is Pantomime. Pantomime?
Okay.
Pantomime?
I will check that
Pantomime.
one out just for you.
It is nice. It is very unique. There's like a key change at the end, and like usually I don't like key changes, but this one it nailed it, dude. It's great. Great deep house track with like a lot of hard hitting bass, but at the same time lots of like.
Uju Sonyo's like riding high on your list right now, right?
Pantomime. Yeah.
Like really, like you're really on the Uju Sonyo hype chain right now.
I am high on the Uju Sonyo hype train. They are easily my second favorite.
Are you
girl
the
group right now.
conductor of the hype train?
I don't know if I'm the conductor, but I will have you know I'm sitting here in first class.
First
and whenever
car,
first cart, and whenever the conductor says "choo choo," I yell "choo choo, daddy!" Here we go, hype train, on we go.
All right, Anita, what have you been doing?
Well, aside from Road to Kingdom, there was two things that came out this past week. One by accident, and then another one which was kind of mentioned maybe a couple weeks ago. But the first thing by accident was that I saw some clips from the most recent season that I think is airing right now of The Voice Korea.
The Voice, okay.
Yeah, The Voice Korea, and the judges are dynamic duo Boa and Sung Si-kyung, who's a very, very recognized solo artist. Oh, and Jungkook from Turbo, Running
Kim
Man.
Jong-kook.
Really?
Yeah.
Kim Jong-kook?
Interesting.
Okay.
Yes. So them four are the judges this season, and oh my goodness,
Yo.
the contestants.
Yo.
The contestants. Yes. So
Yo.
I was watching a lot of the clips because I mean, a lot of the people are super good and there's a lot of good talent. And most seasons you get people that, or I guess for most people that watch The Voice, you expect people that are pretty regular, run of the mill. They don't really have a career in music, to be honest. They're just trying this out. It's like a break for them, really. But this season, there's so many people that somehow have already had like a chance or started a career in music, didn't really quite go through, and they're coming on the show, and the skill level is insane. So some people that you might recognize and that I would recommend that you watch their audition is the main vocalist of now disbanded girl group The Ark. She's in it, and during their debut, she had to leave because of some condition that she had, and she couldn't sing. So she wasn't promoting for the end of the group's stages, but she came back for this, and I did not recognize her until she mentioned that she was from The Ark. So it was really interesting. And also the most notable for me is Jisoo, aka Golden, is on this show.
He's on the show?
Yes.
I had no clue.
And a lot of also like previously seen contestants in this other show called I Can See Your Voice. They also came on this show, and like a lot of familiar faces for me, and I just can't imagine how they're gonna do this because there's so much talent.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's insane.
Can I give a shout out also to this one girl who has the most memorable voice in a long time?
What's her name?
Kim Ye-ji.
Yes. Oh my god. Yes.
God.
She's so good.
She's so good.
I found her like other stuff on YouTube, but because she's been featured in like busking channels, like street karaoke stuff, and she's so good. Her voice is really distinct, so I would check her audition out too. But just The Voice Korea, I'm definitely gonna try to find more clips, if not the full episodes, just because I'm so intrigued by the people that are competing this year, and surprised. It's really interesting. Last thing though is Wavy, which is technically under NCT, had a comeback recently, and like I had thought, they are promoting in music shows. I think they did Music Bank or Music Core, two shows. I don't remember if that's them, but yeah, they're promoting. I listened to their whole album. It's really interesting. Like the sounds they're doing, very, very cool. I would recommend a B-side from there. It's called Up From Here.
Up
Very
From
interesting
Here.
instrumental and bass. So check it out.
Cool.
Cool.
I checked my phone for our Discord, our news channel. Nothing has broken since we started recording, so we won't have to do an insert.
Yay.
But I think that wraps it up for today. I think we've covered everything. I think we're, depending on how long that Eyes One insert was that you heard, this might be over 2 hours. This
Oh my
episode.
God.
Oh, wow.
But this has been SojuTalk, a weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me today. We see y'all next time when we potentially review Stray Kids, Nature, Gravity, Wakey Makey, and 17. We'll see you then, guys. Bye. Rocket punch, rocket punch, rocket
Bye.
punch.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Gogu Mama, Jack, Jacob, Malfiar, NJ Parks, Snap Wilson, Tier, and Wolf297. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Malfiar, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, V, and Wolf297.